The purpose of this video is to introduce and explain the basic rules of integration. So if you have the integral of the sum of two functions, f of x plus g of x dx, you can split the integral f of x dx plus the second integral of g of x dx. If inside the integral you have the difference of two functions, f minus g, you write the first integral of f of x minus the integral of g of x dx. If you have the integral of a constant times the function f dx, then you can pull out the constant and integrate the function f of x dx. Now if you have the integral from a to a of a function f of x dx, this is equal to 0. The integral from a to c of f of x dx, you can split the integral from a to b f of x dx plus the integral from b to c f of x dx, where b is between a and c. You can split it up. If you have the integral from a to b of f of x dx, this can be written as minus the integral from b to a of f of x dx. So this part, the first part of the rules of integration, applies also for definite integrals. If you have some integral of the sum of two functions, you can split you can write the first integral of the first function and the second integral of the second function. And similarly, you can do that if you have the difference of two functions inside the integral. If you have a constant times the function inside the integral, the constant goes outside times the integral of the function. Now let's go, if you have the definite integral and the bounds of integration are the same, then the integral is equal to 0. If you have the integral from a to c, you can split it from a to b, the integral from a to b, plus the integral from b to c. If you have the integral from a to b of f of x dx, you can flip the bounds of integration and take a minus outside. And inside the integral you have f of x dx. Let's have a look at some examples. You have the integral x squared plus e to the x dx. You can split it as the integral of x squared dx plus e to the power of x dx. That is x cubed over 3 plus e to the power of x plus c. If you have the integral of x cubed minus x squared dx, you can split the integral x cubed dx minus the integral x squared dx. Let's say you have the integral of 5 over x dx. 5 you can take the 5 outside the integral, and then you have the integral of 1 over x dx, and that's 5 times the natural logarithm of x plus the constant of integration. If you have the integral from pi over 2 to pi over 2 sine x dx, that's equal to 0 because the bound of integration are the same. And if you have the integral of from 1 to 0 of cos x dx, this is minus the integral from 0 to 1 cos x dx. The integral of cos is sine minus sine x 0 1 minus sine 1 minus sine 0, that's minus sine of 1. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much all that you need to know. The rules, the basic rules are these ones. And if you have definite integrals, if the bound of integration is the same, the integral is 0, here you can put in the middle, you can split the integral by introducing this b, and here you can flip the bounds of integration with a minus. And here are the basic examples that we have seen.